Have you ever looked at a game character, heard their name, and said, well gee, I wonder what the origins of their name are? Me neither, but we've already done the Pokemon, gym leaders, and Animal Crossings, so let's continue with the trial captains and kahunas. I'm excited to see how much shorter this video is going to be. So, the trial captains. Alolan gym leaders, but not. Some needed context is that as of making this video, all of the trial captains are from the Alola region. I assume they're gonna redo that gimmick at some point in the future. But for now, the Alola region is based on Hawaii, meaning we'll probably see some Hawaiian names in here. The first trial captain you face off against is named Ilima, and that's an easy name. Ilima is quite literally the Hawaiian word for the Pseudophallax, which is the official flower of Oahu, the third biggest island of Hawaii, and the one that Mele Mele Island is based on, the first island, the one where you fight Ilima. Hoo. Lana is also a name in Hawaiian, meaning afloat, or calm, as in still water. Very fitting, as she's the water-type trial captain and loves going fishing, a very calming activity. And also, her personality has her calm most of the time. Also, her name shares syllables with another Hawaiian word, Lilia Lana Kahunas, which is Hawaiian for water lily, and it's easy to see why the word for afloat is a part of water lily, because that's what water lilies do. It's a really peaceful water flower, and it floats atop the water. Kiawe is the common name of the Hawaiian tree, the Kiawe. It's a type of mesquite wood that burns a long time and makes really good charcoal because of how hard and dense the wood is. Excellent wood for fires, excellent name for the fire-type trial captain. These trees also have thorns, by the way, and this is important because Kiawe is a pretty prickly dude in the anime. Until he gets the anime friend treatment, that is. But yeah, also fitting of his personality. Mallow is named after Malvaceae cotton, also known as Mallow, and her name in the Japanese version of the game is Mao, which is actually just Hawaiian for cotton. Oh, and cotton is a type of plant, and she's the grass-type trial captain. But so far, all of these names are just plants. But the name Sophocles sounds like a name that wouldn't have anything to do with flowery plants, right? Plus, he's the electric trial captain, and is all about his technology. But nope, he's named after the Sophora chrysophilia. Sophocles. It's a yellow flowering plant endemic to Hawaii, and it's yellow, so, you know, electric-type Pokemon. Yellow. Acerola is named after the small plant bush Malpighia emarginata. I am going to make a fool of myself with these pronunciations. Well, the Malpighia bush produces a fruit called the Acerola cherry, so there you go. But the question remains, what's that got to do with ghosts? Well, there's more. The name Acerola is in fact a real name, Australian in nature, and it means both supernatural and adorable. And, well, I mean, check and check. I mean, she's got a kitty face. It's just unfair. That's adorable. Curse these adorable anime characters. Mina. So her name could mean a few things. In Old English, it's gilded helmet, and she is blonde, so it could be. And in Japanese, her name means south, but as a person's name, it means blue glass or gem. And none of these things matter because it's Jasmine. Her Japanese name is the Japanese word for the Arabian jasmine flower. And I guess it works. Jasmine is a symbol of love and affection, much like the fairy type as a whole, with all those icky, girly moves like, heart and smooch. Wait, is that a real move? Okay, no. Sometimes when I make these jokes, I have to double check. Hala is named after the Hala tree, or its scientific name, Pandanus tectorius. And the reasoning for why Hala is named after them is sound. The tree is found in Hawaii and is second only to coconut palms for being the most important tree in the Pacific. It's got hardy fruit and seeds as a good source of food, along with the tree itself being very wide and squat, so it's extremely resistant to the weather and such. It's a perfect rock to build your island on. Now, I know I said rock, but he's actually more about the fighting type, which is fitting of his personality. Very disciplinary and all. And I think that his strong, squat stance, like that of the tree, gives off this fighting vibe as well. Also, the name Hala is very similar to Haka, a Polynesian war dance, which is also perfectly fitting of fighting type. It's why Hakamo'o is a fighting type dragon. Now, Olivia's name is from the Greek name Oliva, meaning olive, or olive tree, which is also where the mineral olivine gets its name. Fun fact, olivine basalt was collected by the astronauts while they were on the moon. Yeah, she's out of this world! And this factoid gives us more connections when we think about her furry friend. Midnight form Lycanroc is her partner Pokemon, and as a Rockruff, they need to evolve at night in order to become one, which is a reference to Lycanthropes. What with the full moon and all, it's a great connection. But also, if we look at Hawaiian plants, we can find the Elixia stellata, a commonly found plant in Hawaii, and its name, in Latin, essentially means chaining olive, as it is a vine-like plant that chains across the ground. Nanu is named after the Gardenia brighamii, also known as the Nanu in Hawaiian. Pretty straightforward here. Nanu is also really close to the word none, and his secret agent code number was 000, acting as a ghost agent in the shadows, hence the dark typing. And lastly, Hapu is named after the Hapu'u family of tree ferns. In fact, her name in the Japanese version is just straight up Hapu'u. The scientific name of these trees is Cibatium, which means box or little chest. Little chest? Like where she stores all her Z crystals? What were you thinking? Now, somewhat ironically, these plants are actually being threatened by the very thing that Hapu is sort of fond of, farmland, and land clearing in general. While I'm sure Hapu wouldn't be pro-destruction of the plants that are her namesake, real-life people are, because money go burr. Hapu'u are lowland plants, so normally found in nice valleys, which are perfect for building pretty much any sort of farm that humans want on. Well, I'm sad now. But there's no need. We can all just ignore the world's problems that we have absolutely no control over and just watch my backlog of videos instead. So be sure to like and subscribe and never stop using your noggin.